welcome. I hope you guys are ready to work. I hope you warmed up and you're just mentally prepared to just give it all you got. So equipment wise today, we are going to focus on strength. So make sure you have your resistance pieces, dumbbells, bands. We will be having a stability ball exercise going on. If you don't have one of those, that's okay. I'm going to give you an option for something with body weight. And then bands, dumbbells, preferred dumbbells if you have them. So we are going to start with a kind of core lower body warm up, 2 movements back and forth. Then we'll hit a big chunk where we will work with time, and then we will finish with a finisher because we love those. So this first section we are going to start. Now you can do this, especially if you're not familiar with a Turkish get-up. We're going to do half get-ups. So if you want to start with just body weight, you can. You don't have to hold a dumbbell. Or if you do have any kind of shoulder issues when you press overhead, maybe going just a body weight or very lightweight. So we're going to take a weight in one hand. When you lay down, we'll do a quick tutorial here. So when you lay down, you lay back. So even if you're just holding a pretend dumbbell, whatever arm's up, that knee will be up, and we want that foot planted on the ground. And then this other arm and leg, you're just gonna kind of come out to the side. So almost like you're gonna do a snow angel, but you have this same side planted and reaching. So always remember when we go down to it, because you'll be working at your own pace, arm up, leg up, okay? Same side flat, same side up. What we're gonna do is try and do a big sit up into your elbow and into your hip. So this arm and hip here are gonna press down into the ground, press down into the heel, and then reach that arm straight up towards the ceiling, stop on the elbow, and then you'll finish up onto the hand, and then we will bridge up. So push your booty up towards the ceiling, come back down. Now you can stop here if you're more comfortable, if that bridge becomes to where you get messed up, so you can just go elbow and seated. So one more time, you come up to that elbow and hip, keep that leg down, then push your palm into the ground. You're sitting, we're still reaching that arm, up by the ear, back to the elbow, back down. So we're using core mainly in that move. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna end up doing 5 each side. So when we switch, all we do is switch the arms and legs, that's up. 5 each side, then we're gonna come up. You are more than welcome to add weight to this movement at the chest and the goblet position. We're gonna go 15 squats. So 5 get-ups each side, 15 squats, and we're gonna work at our own pace for the next 5 minutes. So grab that dumbbell if you need. Again, light to moderate if you're not familiar with that exercise, even for some that feel really strong, just make sure you can keep that arm pressing up by the ear when you choose a weight. So 5 minutes on the clock. Here we go. You're gonna be working at your own pace, so go ahead, get started. Again, we're going 5 each side. Remember, arm and leg just out to the side. When you do that sit up, really push down through that hip, through that heel. We want the toe facing the ceiling, and we're pushing that arm to the ceiling the whole time. So think knuckles to the ceiling. Control, go out there on the way up, push, squeeze the glutes, and control back down. Remember, we got 5, then you'll switch sides. Okay, when I switch, all I do is switch the arm and the weight, or just reaching that arm towards the ceiling. Other arm comes down on the ground. Same deal. Drive down through that elbow, through the hip. And remember, you can stop for just that seated and then go back down from there as well. I like that little glute action, posterior. Dig, push, lift. Got it, guys. Always bring that dumbbell in, safely put it down, and then hop up. You're gonna get 15 squats. Hips towards heels. Breathe in. Again, just getting the body going here. Nothing too heavy. Okay, once you have that 15, you're gonna go back to those get-ups. So important things, again, when you get up, we're not rolling onto your side. You wanna think when you come up, you're still keeping hips and those shoulders facing that ceiling. So using that core to sit up, stay up, butt down, elbow down, roll down. Elbow, hand, hip, and then hip, elbow, down. So you're gonna get about 2 full cycles in this 5 minutes. Another thing, that bent knee, when you sit up, try not to let it collapse, meaning keep this knee pointed towards the ceiling. So knee to the ceiling, breathing as we go through. Squeeze your butt up. And carefully come up. Yeah, we might be slightly off from each other. Looks like I might get some get-ups in. If you start to hit a 3rd round of your get-ups, I would cut it to 3 reps each, so that way you can even it out. And we're going to 15 on the squats, and then back to those get-ups. So we have just about enough time. I'm gonna hit 3 each side for this 3rd round, else we're gonna run out of time. Always start back flat. So really good for just overall core stability. And strength. Good. We're just about here at the 5-minute mark. So keep moving. Okay, remember, shorten if you're on that 3rd set. So we just got a few more seconds here. And that's good. So I will start to go over our next section. If you want to finish out those squats, you can. We'll have that band ready. All right. So as you finish, or if you get a drink, we are going to work 4 exercises. 1, 2, 3, 4, all for time. Okay, and then it'll be 40 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. I think everything is pretty much together, so no right lefts. And then again, we will use some dumbbells, band, and the ball. So first exercise, we're gonna go leg curl with the ball. So don't panic if you don't have one. I'll show you what to do. But if you have one, had some requests to use some more equipment. So hips up, think about digging those heels into the ball, pulling it underneath, and lowering back down. So if you do not have a stability ball, then you can go a bridge. So make sure, again, we're pushing down through the ground, lifting hips up, back down. You can always place a weight or a bag or an animal or a child on your hip, and then you can go through that glute bridge as well for a weight. So first movement, leg curl or the bridge if you don't have a ball. Second movement, we're gonna hop up and we're gonna hit those legs from both angles. So we got the back side. We'll grab dumbbells. We're gonna go on alternating reverse lunge. So right, left, both legs working. Again, you could take that body weight. If If you do have a really hard time stepping back in that lunge, split the feet. You can even start 90 degrees, straight up, straight down, and then we can switch around to halfway, or you could do 1 round per leg. You could even kind of hold on to a sofa if you need that balance stability. Then we're gonna go push-ups, and then finish with a movement for our back. So if you have a band, and that's your only option, you can go band pull aparts here. We're pulling across the chest, band starts tight, arms end up by your side. Or if you have access to 2 lighter dumbbells, we're gonna get in a hinge position and we're gonna reach to the side. So called rear lateral, you're gonna think about pulling through that upper back, or think about the shoulder blades moving to the center of the body as you reach for that side wall. So we're gonna hit those. And if you did not have either of those, you can do that like body weight. So still getting that hinge, thumb up like you're hitchhiking, push that wall away and come back down. So you can still get movement through that backside. It's still important to use those muscles in that way, even if you don't have some extra resistance. So we're gonna hit that, and those will be the 4 things. So 40 seconds of work, 4 rounds. Again, we're gonna stay, everything's just moving, nothing one-sided unless you do the split squat, then you can do one side at a time. So leg curls are gonna be first. Get set up, laying on that ground. You get to start laying down. How nice is that? So back of the leg on the ball, and here we go. Butt up, hips up, just help hold the ground, pull underneath. Again, think slow return, especially if you're pretty good at these. When you start to add time, that's gonna add tension to that hamstring. So again, hips down are working. If you don't have that ball, remember you're doing that glute bridge or lifting, lowering, and you can add weight to that. Driving down, pulling through the glutes. You can hear the squeaky ball while we do this. Sorry guys. All right, we're gonna come up into that alternating reverse lunge. So it is typically easier on the knees when we go into a reverse lunge, so when we step back and then come back together. Now, if you did want a more advanced or just a different, you could step forward and push up. Now, if you do have knee issues, I would not suggest forward. That is going to put a little bit more forward pressure on that kneecap, even if you think about landing, coming straight down. So again, you can stay backwards or forward. I'm going forward, so I'll keep going. Again, think about 90 degrees through both legs still, whether you're forward or backwards. All right, we have push-ups. So we got 2 lower, 2 upper together. I did that on purpose. So push up, again, you can go knees. Think about screwing those hands into the ground. Push the ground away. Elbows come back towards you just a little bit. Breathe. Again, kind of an in-between drop. Knees help you back up. Reset. So still thinking about that core on the way down. You'll probably see me do this a lot. I'm nursing a shoulder issue, so I apologize. I'll not be staying on the toes. Awesome. All right, that bent over rear lateral or the band pull apart. So again, you can go band pull apart or grab 2 lighter dumbbells or your imaginary dumbbells, and we're gonna come out to the side. So if you don't have weight, you're gonna have your thumbs up and pulling out to the side. With your weights, your palms are gonna face each other. So they're facing down towards the ground as you pull out and back. About being really wide and long with those arms. But again, think about those shoulder blades coming together. And then they pull apart. Good, couple more. Okay, we're back to that leg curl. So those are our 4 strength moves. We got 3 more rounds, and then it's finisher. All right, lift and curl. Lift, pull back, lower down, and controlled. Don't want to flash, everybody. And another variation, more advanced, would be one leg goes out, both legs pull in, one goes out. Ooh, almost lost my ball. But again, focusing on that hamstring, not lifting through the back, but lifting from those hips. Awesome. All right, flipping over, or no, standing up, sorry, standing up into the lunges. Grab those weights. Again, can be done body weight. Remember, if you have trouble, a lot of wobble as you switch, split those feet, own that position, work on hitting that 90 degrees, pushing through that front leg. And again, you could lightly just hold on to a wall until you can work up to that lunge. All right, breathe as we go. We got 6 seconds. Okay. Now we're into push-ups. I was on the ground, I just wanted to go down from that leg curl. So again, screw the hands in. That means when you put the palm down, kind of reel it in or screw in. And that's gonna allow those elbows to come back towards you just a little bit. Now we're not doing yoga push-up where the elbows are completely in. You want them out slightly. Those shoulder blades to move on the back. Push that ground away. Here's where my shoulder tells me to go down. Good. It's always about taking each day with what you can do. Okay, that rear lateral or the pull apart. So here, or we're gonna hinge and bend over. Okay, so back side of the shoulders and upper back is our focus here. So long reach. Again, pulling through the back though. So you want to avoid creeping up into the neck or trying to lift forward instead of lifting laterally. And then weight in the hips. We got 15 seconds. A little bit more. 3 seconds. Awesome. Okay. Back to that leg curl. So that is halfway through that. Got 2 more rounds. Once you start feeling comfortable with the movement too, that's where you really try and push your body. That's how we create change. We have to challenge ourselves. We don't necessarily need new fancy movements. We need to be able to own the movements that we can do and push that. So really pushing either, again, me adding some control, added focus, added squeeze, maybe putting a weight on the hip, maybe doing that single leg. Always pushing what you can do. So up to the lunges. So again, here, if when that time's up, and you feel like you could have kept going, I'm gonna go forward this time. If you could have kept going, that's when you need to think, I could have went a little heavier. Next time I'm gonna make sure I do that. Or next round. So again, landing, pushing through that foot off. Breathe. Nice, guys, keep it up here. Last one. Okay, Now into those push-ups. Gear up and go. So even if you're going from the knees, make sure hips are forward and we got that core working. You can do these from a bench or a couch to elevate. Think about that whole body moving together. Real life. Okay. Bend over, rear lateral, or band pull apart. Hopefully they don't leave a message. If you're watching this in the future, hopefully it's not you, leave your message. And good, again, big reach. Coming up on those last 10 seconds here. Again, back of the shoulders, upper back, wide out to the side of the room. Okay, one more go around. And we'll have some fun with that finisher. Here we go. So, back of the legs, gearing up. Again, lift, pull under, and then lower down. Controlled. Again, you can go 2, out on 1, 2. Make sure we're feeling hamstring, glutes, but mainly hamstring. If you feel a lot in the calf, put your leg on the ball more. So less space between you and the ball. And again, think about kind of creating tension through the glutes to hold up. Okay, into the lunges. Backwards or forwards, you choose. Yes, sir. Man, no rest for the weary. Watch you guys. And make sure you have a little space between the feet as you step back, meaning you're not in a balance beam. That's what's going to cause you to be a little bit wobbly. Lowering down, pushing up out of it. Focus on what those muscles are doing. Don't just go through the motion. Use that ground as resistance. So even if I didn't have weight, I can create weight, but really pushing up and away. Okay. Now we're in those push-ups. Last set of push-ups. All right. Core locked in. Let's get after them. Let's go, guys. Let's stay with it through this last set. Chest falls right between those hands. And going down. A little more. Awesome. All right, last move for the back here. Finisher's going to be a lot more of the lower body. You can start to think about that. So again, wide. So when I get in that hinge, always think about pushing your back pockets back, letting your knees bend a little bit, and then hinging more forward. So if you have a lot of low back tension, this might not feel the greatest. You can try like a kickstand, or I would do that pull apart. A little bit. Okay, all right. quick breather. I'll explain what this last section is going to be. I'll hold that so it doesn't go crazy on you. So similar to how we warmed up, we're going to do 2 exercises, work at your own pace for 5 minutes. They're just going to be more cardio based. So rep wise, 5 of the first thing I show you, and then 20 of the skater jump. So first thing, we'll call it a walkout burpee. So you're gonna come down, think about, again, hinging at those hips to protect the back. You're gonna walk those hands out. You can add a push-up if you want. Walk them in, you're gonna jump, and then back out. It's almost like a modified burpee. Walk out, back, jump. So jump is optional. We're gonna do 5 of those, and then skater jump. So hinge in the hips again, side to side, big jump, push off, landing, and if you can't do a side to side movement like that or jumping, you could do just a nice light shuffle and count each one, 1, 2, 3, you know, something like that, some sort of sideways movement. So that's what's gonna take us home. So 5 minutes on the clock, which means 3 after. We're going until that says 3 after. Ready? 5 walkout burpees, 20 jumps each side. Here we go. Remember, you can add a push-up there if you want. 2. So wider feet's gonna make it a little easier to do that walk. 4. Once you got the 5, each side counts. 1, 2, 3, 6. Going to 20s. Push off. Get that little bit of a seat if you can. 19, 20. Back at it. Use up that time. Keep that heart rate up. Goal here is to move from one to the next. Awesome. All right, big jumps. Strong finish. Try and balance. Almost there. Awesome, back at it. Here we go, guys. Using it up. Woo! I don't know if it's good or bad when you can't see the seconds. 4, 5. Woo, now they're getting a little shaky. There they are. Keep counting. Soft landing. Push off. Create bigger distance. Okay, now the sweat's dripping. And that's an air conditioning. Woo! Remember, walking out, jump. You can always just extend up onto those toes. Okay, here. Whee! Now you're shooting a free throw. I don't know how many I did. Uh-oh, I think there was one extra. That's okay. Movement. Body doesn't know how many reps I did. Body knows if I pushed it, moved it, challenged it. Come on, guys, home stretch here. A little bit more. Little bit. Getting there. Whoop. Checking myself. Okay. Oh. Come on, Mr. Clock. We're almost there. Almost there. I figure if I say it enough, it'll change. Oh. Come on, keep that jump going. If you started it, finish it. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Awesome job, that's 5 minutes. Great work today. Thanks for hanging with me. Whether we're in the room together or not, it pushes me to know that you guys are on that other side. So thank you guys. I appreciate you push and play today.